What? I I wasn't playing anything else yesterday. You must have imagined that. That's crazy talk. Fatal Frame. That's what I'm playing. See? That's what's on the screen right now. Hey, folks. I'm CPC Gamer, and welcome to the stream. A game that I was definitely intending to play today. I'm mostly kidding. So, yeah, I started. I started long quiet, full quiet yesterday. I don't know where long quiet came from. Whatever. Started full quiet yesterday, and it's haunting me even now. Hear the siren call of Morse code. Um, but yeah, that game's fine, but it's also it was giving me nothing to work with. It's very slow, very methodical, very sit there in silence and draw a big ass map. Which, sure, I love big ass maps, especially related to video games. But like, not if I have to make them on stream. That would That's not interesting to look at. Kosaka, hello. Thank you for checking in. Here's a nurse logbook. The children have been playing tricks again, opening and closing the door to the second floor ward. I change the door code regularly, but they seem to find out the new code every time I do. Apparently the code game is their new favorite way to play. They write the code for the door somewhere and give each other clues about where to find it. I scolded them quite severely about this, and some tears were shed, but the director has told us to be vigilant about the door. The patients might wander the building if that door is left open, so please, warn the children about playing with the door. If you see numbers written anywhere, be sure to clean them off. We don't want a repeat of last time. Okay, so that's gonna be our next little clue. Look around for a map. Speaking of, new second floor status, end of July. Room 203, Sacred Moon, Madoka Tsukimori. An introverted child, Madoka seems to be being bullied by other children her age. If you come across any children bothering her, please discipline them. Room 204, Shadow Moon, Iori Aiba. Due to the recent death of Tomoko Hinuma, patients were moved out of the old building, but Iori locked her door and wouldn't come out. She broke off the doorknob, so staff wishing to enter her room will need to apply force to the door. Room 205, Rainy Moon. Sonohara Yoriko. Shows no reactions to mirrors, so she doesn't appear to have budded, but in conjunction to the worsening of her memory loss, Yoriko's mood and behavior are extremely unstable. She requires careful observation. The use of the word budded there, there's couple of meanings to that. I don't like it. 206, Wizen Moon. Amaki Kazuto. His kleptomania is getting worse, and he does not respond to warnings. Please report any thefts on discovery. He gets angry when the items are taken to be returned to their owners, so please try to take them without him noticing. And Room 207, Orchid Moon, Ayako. Intensively aggressive personality, has a propensity to take pleasure in hurting others, displaying no signs of guilt. Causes problems with her cruel pranks. I myself had my ear cut by Ayako. Extreme caution required. And there's still something else in here. Really? Okay. Ooh. Is it you? Is it more notes? I like notes. I like reading. I like those even better. That lets me do my upgrades. Alright, fine, I'll interact with this, apparently. Ooh. I saw an examine prompt pop up. What is it for? What does it mean? Oh. That's Madoka's voice. It's a nurse's call from room 203. Maybe Madoka is there. Looks like I have to enter a combination. Is this running at 30 FPS? A good question. I wouldn't have said so, because, you know, I'll stop doing that. That's annoying. But it seems to be running just fine. That's not the trigger button. That's the trigger button. The big flappy thing on the back of the controller looks like a part of a gun. The name of which momentarily escapes me. No, you can't go that way. You can only go this way. Exploring the scary hotel. Dang it! Why are you still... Now, you see, that's the kind of thing where, if I were playing this on my own, I would absolutely reload that and try to get at least one of those ghosts. Because that's... I really, really want to get a good ghost score, and that will allow me to do that. Ooh. Something wrapped in a sheet is propped against the wall. The outline looks human in shape. It must be a mannequin. Yeah. Let's go with that. How am I liking the game so far? I really, really like this one. I have mentioned to my mods that, like, it's... I've done the prologue and chapter 1. And in Fatal Frame games, those tend to be... Why are you lighting up? In Fatal Frame games, the prologue and chapter 1 tends to be very much... very slowly following a straight line. Why did you light up? Wait, really? Where? Oh! Oh, she's in the books! And I would have seen that as I wrote... Okay. It's a child's crayon drawing. Picture of a clock? I think I've seen this somewhere. I mean, I was thinking about this in a number of ways. I think that this character design, this one right here, this might... Okay, maybe they are doing that thing that they like to do in Koei Tecmo games. This is probably one of my favorite Fatal Frame character designs. I know that I joke that the characters always look like pop stars, and this game seems to be the peak of that. But this is like a really cool looking, fashionable outfit. I like it. Big fan. The old-fashioned clock shows the phases of the moon on its face. There are scratch marks near its feet, where something has been erased. I feel a strong presence. Something might show up if I take a photo. The camera is supposed to have strange powers. Oh. Okay. I was supposed to, I was expecting that I would have to find, like, 4 separate codes. And the game's just like, nah, mate, there you go. Have all of them. Can I buy that doodad yet? I can't. And I don't think I'm going to be able to. At least in this playthrough. Because, by golly, that is more expensive than I thought it was. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna keep checking for unlockables. Because I do like unlockables. I think this is set in the 80s in Japan. Or the 70s. See, I don't know. Because I feel like in both of those eras, big hair was the thing. And in the 80s, side ponytails. And that's... Get out of here, that didn't count. That counted. Excuse me. I'm definitely going to go back and take a shot of that one. Because that should have counted. And yeah, I'll be very upset that I can't have that. What am I doing? That one? Also save. Yeah. So that's the main thing that I am disliking about this game so far. The camera controls and transitioning from walking to camera controls is real clunky. But that seems to be how Fatal Frame games go. Right. I'm ready for you this time, you spooky ghost. There you go. That definitely helps. Was it like that in the other games? Yes, actually. I don't know how much of it you saw in the previous stream, but I have real hard time transitioning between... Like that. Okay. I have a real hard time transitioning between walking around and taking pictures. Amazing. Well, so here's the thing. Fatal Frame 2 Remake was actually a little easier because that was controlled by the Wiimote, and the camera looked where you physically pointed the camera. And it's one of the few times where I will go, do you know what? Yeah, motion controls. What was that? I'm not your plaything, she says. Also, hi, nurse? Nurse? Good. Good. Right. I am using a different camera compared to the other girl, aren't I? That's really cool. Because if you look... This is the one from Fatal Frame 2! You mentioned, like... Hey, what about Fatal Frame 2? This is the camera from that game. The longer I focus on the ghost, the stronger the attack becomes. As opposed to the other one, which is... store power and eventually make your shot. Oh, that was such a good shot! Love it! Empirical Woodland is sort of here. Well, that's okay. He's a cool guy, that Empirical Woodland. I had this whole bit worked out in my head where you were gonna go, Andy, weren't you playing full quiet yesterday? And I was gonna go, oh yeah, just like I'm always muted. You're just imagining things in Purica Woodland. But, like, didn't quite work out like that, did it? It's fine. I'm playing this. This is way more fun. Some just lit up. Yes? Did I hear it? Maybe? I don't know. That's the door that we need to apply force to enter, which presumably means boot. I don't think the game is going to let us do that. Hang on, hang on. I saw you light up blue. Is that Madoka's voice? It's locked. The worst ice cream van in the world. I don't want to deal with none of that. Actually, if anything, Kosaka, I would wager that this game was set in, or at the very least developed in, the early 2000s, because our character right here, that is some rawer XD looking hair, is what that is. This feels like a supposed to lose fight, doesn't it? Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to take on two of you guys. Jaded Me says it was set in the 80s, apparently. How about that? Kosaka was right. I'm gonna run away from you guys. I don't want to deal with that. I'm not doing this. I can't be doing that. Door is locked. Okay. Let's go heal. Let's go heal. And then load some of that. And then I don't have any healing items. Oh no! There's the outside of the map. Please enjoy it, everybody. Maybe I should go buy some healing items, yeah? Yeah. That I appreciate. Tell me when my last autosave was. And it's at the bottom of the stairs, so I have to go and get that one ghost in behind the doorway. But at least I know it's coming this time. Yeah. Did she fall into the... So, the camera was just outside the map. Which is what the black void was. And that's why we could see some of the outside edge of the geometry. And that's... There is a loading seam at the bottom of those stairs. And you can tell. Because this wall lights up as you pass it. And every time I go... Aww. Maybe I don't get that ghost this time round. I guess I'll have to play the game again. Which, let's be honest, that was my plan. Right. That's you, that's you. My plan was absolutely play this game again after I have completed it. Not on stream, necessarily. But go back through it and maybe save scum some of the harder to find ghosts. Like that one. I could have gotten an extra shot in there. Oh well. Hindsight. Also, I suspect it's going to come later, but there's a lot less just sort of spawning in behind you in this game. Because, let me tell you, the first game, absolute demon for that. And then the second was even worse. Occasionally Fatal Frame 3. And then in 5, the worst thing that they do in 5 is they like to drop ghosts on top of you. You'll just be hanging around, and this one particular ghost will just zoom. Now she is on top of you. Now this is happening, you know? I can't skip over this. So we... Skip cutscene! I totally can! See what I mean? I'm real bad at navigating with the camera controls. Especially in a pinch. Alright, come here, you. I avoided that, I think you'll find. Whatever, that's fine. Right. Yeah, you stay over there. See, this is one of those contrivances, where it's like, yeah. Something has appeared in the photo. A place with a lot of books. I want to say that's going to be the Arso Museum. Oh. Something lit up. Where did something light up? No, okay. We also need to be on the lookout for those spooky dolls, which, honestly, I think that is the... Oh, there it is. I think that is the most Fatal Frame thing in this entire game, is potentially the entire series, is like, yeah, visceral psychological horror, watch out for the spooky ghosts, but also, you gotta find, like, the dynamite rig symbol monkeys from Call of Duty. They're everywhere. It's an Easter egg hunt. The fact that you are reading this means I am no longer in this world. I am the last living member of my family. My mother died giving birth to me, and fate saw to it that both my father and brother met with fatal accidents. The memory of my family, and the guilt of being the only one left alive, was what kept me going. Now this sickness is taking even those small comforts away from me. My memory is the only place where my family still lives. Yet there is nothing I can do to stop this thing from getting inside me and killing them all over again. Can't stand it any longer. I remain alive as the people inside me are killed. And the most frightening thing is all of Most frightening thing of all is the thought that before long I won't even be aware of what is happening to me. I lose everything, yet I feel nothing. My family faces death after death, yet I feel nothing. That is why I am choosing to leave this world while I have what little memory remains inside me. While I am still me. Man, that's depressing. But, man, I get it. Is there a doll in there? Can't see. Okay. This way's blocked off, I think. Yeah, because this is where I found the boss fight the other day. I mean, yesterday, the last time I came to play this. That's right. I definitely didn't do anything else yesterday. It was definitely just Fatal Frame. Doll? No doll. Okay. Also, Kasaka, that is something that they did in one of the Fatal Frame games. I think it was one director's cut on the original Xbox, where they had a first-person shooter mode, where the entire game ran in first person, and it used, I'm going to say Halo-style twin-stick controls, but like the standard now for twin-stick controls in first-person shooters. And, yes. It made finding things a lot easier, but also took a lot of the... It kind of defanged the game a little bit. Like, it wasn't as scary. I saw you. She doesn't want me here, that's for sure. It's fine. Maybe I'll buy some medicine. Yeah. I've got to do a lot of saving to buy that doll. Well, that's fine. You know, I can... I'll keep my eyes open for the rest of the game. And... see... I may have to look back on this. I thought I saw that in Japanese. Like, is this game applying a translation patch on the fly? It shouldn't be. That's a really awkward way of doing that. Chrono Trigger did that on the PlayStation, and that's why it's a dreadful port. Now then, let's go probably this way to... Oh, wait! That room, it's not in the museum. It's where we fought Madoka last time, right? It's attached to the museum, but the room filled with books is over here. They need to put more updates into this game. I don't know what version of the game this is, but I don't believe it's been patched since it arrived on Switch. I'd be very surprised if it even been updated to get this far. You know, they just sort of ported it. Which, yeah, you can absolutely tell that by looking at some of these crunchy little textures on the walls. Stun lens. Do I want stun? Ah, sure, I'll equip it. Stun. Oh. So, oh no. Oh no. So that means I have to update, like, everyone's camera individually from the look of that. Which means that I need to go and find a lot more bluestones. I wonder if that means I'm not looking hard enough. Camera, camera, camera. Very well done on showing up in the mirror, by the way. I appreciate that greatly. Like, do you know how hard reflections are to do? Especially for, like, semi-transparent things that clip into themselves? I suggest trying to update the game off live stream. Well, here's the thing. I check the game for updates before I stream every time. Because, let me tell you, I've been burned by that before. I think I'll stream such and such today. And then, like, right before we stream, you gotta wait, and I've just gotta sit here and like vamp for a short amount of time. Red, what's red? Don't know what that red was. In Fatal Frame 2, that means that something wild is happening around you. Like, they do that when... I want to say her name's Chihiro. Girl in red kimono. Sacred Moon Key. This is the key to Madoka's room. Amazing. Man, this is gonna bug me now. I'm gonna have to look it up off stream and write it down. Oh, here's a question. Here's a question. Did they think of this? Okay, so our character can see her face. Because that's something that Ruka and Madoka, they have... And this woman right here, we have noticed people's faces start to vanish, and that's not a good thing. Ooh, hello, a thing. A Kagura festival is held on this island on the day of the lunar eclipse. On that day, they say that all living souls tend towards the underworld, and the souls of the dead return from there. Since the moon symbolizes the soul here, the eclipse must be thought of as the consumption of the soul. I have read that the Rogetsu Kagura used to be performed using a mask called the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. You get it? That's the name of the game. The document I read was very old and fragmented, but I ascertained from it that this black mask was said to have brought to the island a disaster known as the Day of Tranquility. I asked the head of the island about this, but he told me with a fearful look on his face that no such thing ever existed. It seems this Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is something of a taboo subject here. From what I have discovered, the mask is a dangerous artifact. But still, I wish I could have had the chance to take a look at it with my own eyes. It could have been a great help with my investigations into the spirit world. Dr. Aso refuses to comment that this is like the 4th time this has happened. Oh, that's a good camera angle. That's a good camera angle game. Big fan of that. Actually, I think it was this. Yeah, so this is what I mean when I say game could do with having a bit of an update. Look at this. Look at this Doom texture. That's it. That shouldn't look like this in the year of Luigi 2023. No. Shouldn't do that. But it does. I think I need to go and buy some more medicine. That's what I need to do. Kunihiko Aso Museum. Oh, it is written in English. Nice. That was something that kind of burned me a little bit about when I went to Japan. I went to all this effort to learn to read and to speak a lot of the language, but then it's like most of the stuff is written in English as well. And, you know, when you need it, when you go to find food, for example, mostly it's in English, or you just point to it. I saw that happen before, here, a long time ago. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna do a bit of that. Oh, wait a sec. I have to trade, like... Okay. I was genuinely a little bit worried that right there, I would have to buy individual sheets of Type 14 film. And like 3,000 points per shot. Talk about diminishing returns on your points, because that's not happening. And I flew recently, interested to see the Detroit airport had a lot of Japanese on the signs. That's pretty cool, actually. Because my experience is when you fly places, when you land, all the signs are like, welcome, willkommen, bienvenidos, and then when you get through the entry gates, it's like, whatever the primary language is of the country you are in, that's it. Learn to read it. Which is fair. Oh, you're hostile. Okay, cool. Did you turn that siren on to bring me in? Was that like actual siren behavior? I thought that was a clever joke. Siren was the alternate project from Silent Hill, not Fatal Frame. Still, I'll take that joke. Where are you? There are you. So something I've noticed is, more so with this game than the others, you want to get the shutter chances and the fatal frames, especially the fatal frames, because you'll get like 10 times the damage doing that. Like, you saw the refight with this boss? I took her down in 2 shots, whereas the first time, and this time in fact, with not getting fatal frames all the time, that took a while. Yeah, Kosaka, I think that was just Japes. the ghost was playing a trick on me, and it lured me in there knowing that I would fall for it. And I did. I hope she's proud of herself. Unless that's you dropping a hint. Which, there was a doll in there. I found the doll. Does that count? Oh, hey. Is this door open now? No. I don't like that. I do like the QQQQ parody. I'm down for that. August 9th. At night time, I know it's time for bed, but I get scared and I can't sleep. I get scared because when it gets dark, I see my face in the window. When I see my face in the window, my face is all wrong. My eyes are wobbly, my nose is bendy, my mouth is twisty. Inside my head gets all twisty too. I want to forget about Ayako and all the other bad things, but instead the good parts go away. So I hope tonight I can sleep well. So the way that was written says to me that... Type 61 film. You love to see it. The way that that note was written, I could be wrong, but I am prepared to believe that that note was written by a child rather than a 18-year-old, which is how old these characters definitely are. Probably. I don't know, but Fatal Frame do be like that. My darling Madoka, how are you? Did you choose a name for your new pet canary? He's going to be a lovely little friend for you. I'm sorry I can't visit you more often. Even when I'm not there, Madoka, you know I'm always thinking of you. I'll bring you some crayons next time I visit, okay? I know how much you enjoy drawing, so I'm sure you will like them. The doctors say that doing things you like to do is good for you. It helps you fight your sickness and get better, so make sure you draw lots of pictures. I know it's scary when you can't remember things you want to remember, but don't forget, Madoka, you're a Tsukimori. You know that the Tsuki in our name means moon, don't you? That means the moon protects us and keeps us safe. So don't worry, Madoka. Do what Dr. Haibara says, behave yourself and be a good girl. I'll visit you again very soon, says Mommy. Oh, measure is the one that you want. Give me that health bar so I know who to aim at. That's great. That was actually really well done. I enjoyed that greatly. I'm just gonna hug this wall a second because I want to pick this up. Thank you. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just checking for, like, spooky dolls. You got any of those in here? It's been a minute since I found one. Yes, you do. That's a good... You hit that inside a clock. You sly boots. Alright, how you doing? Careful. Don't touch those. July 19th. One item to report today. As before, the issue is with Ayako in room 207. I'm good at numbers, by the way. Around 3 p.m., I heard Madoka crying, so I rushed to her room to check on her. When I got there, I found that her pet canary's head had been snipped off with a pair of scissors. Ayako was standing there with a pair of blood-stained scissors in her hand, so there is no question she was the one responsible for killing the bird. I told her off as usual, but she just laughed at me. I got no sense that she had any appreciation that what she did was wrong. It's one thing to say she can't tell right from wrong, but Ayako's behavior is too much. I worry about her negative influence on Madoka and the other children, but in accordance with the director's wishes, we are unable to take any effective measures against Ayako's transgressions. So, the idea of ghosts blooming is something that I have seen more in... What are you looking at? Oh. Did I just summon a boss? I think I just summoned a boss. The idea of ghosts blooming is something that we have seen in Fatal Frame 2 Remake more than this one, where the ghost did that because that's... I saw you. What was that? She was hiding down here. I saw that. She stuck around for a minute. I appreciate that she did that. But yeah, in Fatal Frame 2 Remake, the ghosts bloom like they do in this game because it's built on the same engine. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Both of those should have counted. I think you'll find. But they didn't. Why? Why are you doing that? You see the radar on the top of the screen, right? It says that there's an item over here. But I can't tell you what it is, or where it is. So, where do I need to go? I need to go into that room. Which is... Navigating is hard in this game. I'm bad at it. I wish I was better at it. Probably could have got both of those if I had done a better job of that. Do I need to heal up? Nah, I need to heal up. I'm fine. We're good. It could be after so many hits the ghosts bloom. Okay. Well, I noticed that... This is a lovely room of death. I've noticed that it tends to be a desperation mode. When a ghost's health hits 0. Turns red is the video game phrase. So it tends to be that. I absolutely would believe that it goes up on hard and nightmare mode. Because that's just how games like this go. You're on the harder difficulty, everyone is tougher. and also stronger. And you've got more phases to deal with. That's great. Did you see that? The way she reacted to that, she's looking up like, oh, okay. Oh, is that how you're gonna breathe? Like, she's getting kind of sassy with this. I appreciate that. Oops. Okay, so you see top left? That's her health. And you can see how I am doing no damage. I really need to power up my camera. You could let me do that, game. That'd be absolutely fantastic. This one should be fine. This one should be fine. That laughter's coming from in the game, right? That's not like people outside. I'm sensing there's a whole bunch of shared trauma going on in this here household, and this game is all of us working through it. No, I don't need to save. I saved. We're good. I actually tried Resident Evil 4 Remake on hard mode, and it was not fun. I think that comes down to a matter of personal taste and game balance. I've not played it on hard mode, so I couldn't tell you. I'm a dedicated medium man, so, you know. Oh no. Is Fatal Frame 4 about to do that thing that it does? Where men are useless? Oh, I bet it is. Oh, it is! This is my notepad. What's it doing lying here? Missing girls found alive. The 5 girls who went missing 2 weeks ago were found alive at around 11 p.m. last night. The names of the girls are as follows. All are 7 years old. Aso Misaki, Namamura Tomoe, Shinomiya Mari, Tsukimori Madoka, Yomotsuki Ruka. The girls vanished during the accident-stricken Rogetsu Kagura, leading some to say they were spirited away. They were found in a cavern beneath Haibara Infirmary by Senior Officer Choshiro Kirishima of Amanaura. Get those consonants the right way around. Police Department, Criminal Affairs Division, who confirmed their identities. The police are focusing their investigative inquiries on the staff of Haibara Infirmary. The notebook shows information on the characters and events in the story. This is filled as you progress. And a tape recorder! And a tape. And a splash screen! Yeah, so generally speaking, that's how names are written in, like, polite Japanese. It's last name, first name. Or at least family name, forename, as it tends to go in English. Right, where's the thing? Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. Let's listen to a tape.
9月16日、老月島到着。灰原が手配されてから2ヶ月が経った。依然行方は分かってない。明日行われる老月神楽は、この島出身の者にとって特別な意味を持つ祭りだという情報にかけてみる。灰原がこの島に渡ったという証言はまだ取れず、本部は動かない。東京での捜索を進めている。しかし灰原はこの島にいるような気がする。これは俺の勘だが、冷酷なやつほど窮地に立つと何かにすがりたがるものだ。
Yeah, let's see if that works in court. Do you have any evidence of that, Detective Kirishima? It was revealed to me in a dream. Like, come on! That's not gonna work! Wait a second. The Spirit Stone flashlight uses a Spirit Stone to store moonlight and emits the light in blasts. You can use it to attack ghosts. Press X to edit the Spirit Stone flashlight. When readied, press that to release it to emit a blast of moonlight. The longer you hold that, the larger the radius will be. This is a mechanic in Fatal Frame 5. Spoilers. But yeah, no, this is in that. And this building right here, this is one of the haunted houses in Fatal Frame 2 Remake. Okay, okay. Also, keeping enemies at bay with using the light. My goodness, it is Alan Wake. We finally come back to that thing that I said I was going to play. Although I am noticing down there bottom right, I appear to be rapidly running out of ammo. If I am reading that correctly. Rorschach shot? I don't know that I like the sound of that. Okay, so looks like we recharge the flashlight by moving around. You see bottom right, the moon icon is slowly filling up. And then we use it up by like aiming. Where are you, ghost? There you are. Get out of here. Sayaka said they might have already blossomed. What the hell happened to the people on this island? Does it have anything to do with Haibara being here? Something is lying where the ghost disappeared. Equipping camera lenses onto Choshiro will enable him to take photos. You should remove it before fighting wraiths. Got the Switch upgrade. Switch 2, definitely coming. Don't worry about it. It's happening. It's coming. So, while equipped, cameras will be taken. So, from the look of it, what I need to do is, if I do that, okay, I just need to remember to flick out of that when a ghost shows up and I actually have to fight it. Ooh, do I have to find dolls in this mode, I wonder? Guess we'll find out. Please take extra care concerning nighttime wanderings of Moonlight Syndrome patients. When in charge of Night Watch, check the phase of the moon. On nights when the moon is full, ensure all locks and security procedures are in place. On nights when the moon is obscured, increase patrol frequency. Do you see that creepy face on the wall? I do not want to go in there. But that's where stuff is, so I'm going to go in there. Get out of here, Sadako. You want to get us sued? Ooh. Thank you for pointing the camera backwards, game. I appreciate that. Oh, and again, there's another thing over there. So, Kosaka mentions It is surprising that they would translate the game directly by using last name, first name. I think it would make sense that they would do that. It. Oh, ooh. Right, so we've got no extras. What can I trade for? Nothing yet. What costumes does this fella get? Let's find out. Alright. That's a cool one. I didn't mean to buy that, but I'm glad that I did. Oh, hell yeah. Wear that hat. Not that one. That one. I feel this is very typical for a Fatal Frame title, where it's like, how many outfits have we seen for the girls? And this guy's like, yeah, you know what? You get one hat. Oh yeah, look at me. I'm Detective Man. You can't do anything to stop this style. That's how we beat those ghosts. We just start flexing, and they freeze in their tracks. Having said that, Kosaka, there are a couple of instances where they haven't directly translated the game, not like one to one. In the previous scene, the woman in the bed used one of our names, but the other one was subtitled. The reception counter is open. Shelves containing files and medicine bottles are visible in the back. So, okay, I was gonna say so vault it, but you can't. It's got windows. Man, this is surreal because I've been here. Hey, look, there's a creepy face. Malandre. Oh, it's an advert for Moulin Rouge. How about that? What's that doing there? I don't know. Or I could be reading that entirely wrong. I thought it said the word moonlight, but it ends with a 2. Or G. So, I don't know. If only it weren't such a blurry texture. But yeah, it's kind of surreal to me because I've been here. This is the haunted house map for like extreme mode in Fatal Frame 2 Special Edition. I want to say I showed it off on stream. I could be wrong. Asagi Hizuki, female, age 6. Reported symptoms include fear of mirrors and memory loss, pointing to prototypical Moonlight Syndrome diagnosis. Symptoms progressing at moderate rate. Scheduled for surgical procedure next week under orders from Dr. Haibara. Procedure was previously performed on 2 Moonlight Syndrome patients with more severe symptoms, producing no positive result. It is hoped that performing this procedure on a patient with relatively mild symptoms will lead to a development of a treatment for Moonlight Syndrome. Therefore, all involved are to take detailed notes and make appropriate reports afterwards. The above is confidential. Do not disclose to patients or others. Definitely don't read it out on Twitch chat. Sorry, everyone. Now we're all accomplices. I do have to find those as this guy. Okay. Good to know. Be on the lookout, everyone. Damn, I look good. Do you see that? That ghost arm had nothing on me. But yes, on the topic of translations, it's been really good. And I'm glad that we have moved on from whatever the hell Working Designs was doing back in day, because they would just make it up. Pop culture references and poop jokes and whatever the hell they did with Luna. No. No, thank you. None of that. Right. Radar tells me it's over here. Ahaha. There it is. Amazing. I'm also glad we've moved on from listening to all the translations that should be strictly literal guys online. Yeah. Yeah. Like, there are a lot of cultural notes and puns and stuff like that that only work in one language over another. Examine. There are numbers on what seem to be male names written on a board. These must be the names of the patients who stayed in this room. Oh, it's on. I'm not holding the controller. I'm not touching anything. He's doing that on his own. They did surgery on me the other day. The other people who got the surgery didn't get better, so I said I didn't want to get the surgery. But the doctor told me it's okay. Since the surgery, it's all red inside my head, and I don't like it. My hair fell out too. That made me cry. But when I cried, there was blood in it. Your mama and the doctor say it's okay. My head is red, and it feels like it's melting. It's hurt. I don't like it. I hope the pain melts away soon. Ooh, no, I really do not like that. There is like a full second startup on taking that picture, and you've got to be quick in getting some of the ghosts in this game. More so with that. Is that the one I got earlier? No, it isn't. Good. Right, seriously, what does that say? So, ma, u, no, ru, ji. Mao no Ryuji? I don't know. It's probably not that thing that I said that it was. But I don't know. I've gotten distracted by looking at creepy dolls in wheelchairs, as I often do when I come to roaming around like broken down asylums or whatever. Surprisingly regular occurrence for CPC Gamer. Why? Shut up. Flat iron key. Operation Prep Room. And a map? Hell yeah. That's actually pretty clever. Not that one. That one. Because if we go to the floor, can I do that? I don't appear to be able to do that. But whatever. If you look on the map of the ground floor, there you can see that there is a corridor beyond the elevator because we know that it's there. Because this guy has already been down that corridor. That's pretty clever, don't you think? I like to think so. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, never mind. I was like, do I just not get a radar because I don't have the camera? They knew exactly what they were doing with that face. Positioning it where you can see it through windows and stuff. They knew. That's great. Okay. Anyone else want to come and try some of this? No, you don't. Jaded Muse comments remind me. Wait a second. Why would I need to take pictures if I can get appearing ghosts like that by just shining a flashlight on them? In recognition of my fruitful research into the workings of the cranial nervous system, I've been assigned to work as an assistant to Dr. Shigeto Haibara at the Haibara Infirmary on Rogetsu Isle. Dr. Haibara is the leading researcher of Moonlight Syndrome, a condition peculiar to the Rogetsu Islands. The documents I've read describe Moonlight Syndrome as a composite mental disorder with curious symptoms such as sleepwalking and memory loss. Despite ongoing research, both the cause of the syndrome and the reason for its confinement to the Rogetsu Islands remain unknown. Dr. Haibara is currently working to discover the truth about the condition. He has taken a unique approach to treating Moonlight Syndrome, incorporating the folklore of the islands. Treatments such as musical therapy, using the traditional Rogetsu Isle moon sounds, are unheard of in conventional psychiatry. I think Dr. Haibara's ideas are leading the profession in an exciting new direction. His research may not only cure Moonlight Syndrome, but also help to unlock the mysteries surrounding the effect that memory has on its mind. It's fascinating. I've no doubt that working with Dr. Haibara will be a chance to gain valuable experience that simply can't be found on the mainland. I like that we were able to deduce that guy's name, which I don't believe was given in those notes. I'm gonna explore. Surely nothing will go wrong if I explore. Anyway, to Jaded Muse point, if you ever played Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, I'm going somewhere with this. The save points are all potentially parodic or maybe actual because they're too perfect. No one knows. But they're comments from Translations Should Be Literal, guys from like Game FAQs. And there's one of them that is perfect, and it's talking about how to tag your anime soundtracks in the file names. And that's what it's reminded me of. It should be the name of the show. It should be the name of the song. It should be where it is from. OVA, main series, S1, S2, S3, etc. Like, I'm not doing it nearly... I'm not doing nearly as good a job as I should do by describing it like that.
If anything, it should be done in this voice.
Where's that telephone? There you go. Hello. So this is something that I've been thinking about. Been thinking about the plot to this game. And I don't want to say I've got it figured out, because I don't know that I have. But I'm starting to think that all of this is happening to everyone all at the same time, but we're all like slightly out of phase. So we're not necessarily going to... So in the main building, for example, the three girls that we've seen, are they all exploring at the same time looking for each other? They just happen to be out of sync? Could be. That's what I'm leaning towards. I did notice that the game has dropped a massive spoiler in the first part of the game. And I'm not going to say what it is, because the game will repeat it, I'm sure. But, yes. Alright, there you go. I was going to say, this looks like a room with a doll in it. Let's get rid of that. I honestly wonder what that's going to do. Trophies on the Xbox, on the PlayStation, I reckon. But, you know. Why are you lighting up? What's in here? Is it in here? Yes, it is! That's fine. Don't worry about it. We delve into the darkness behind the mysterious Rogetsu disappearances. 6 months have passed since the mass disappearances on Rogetsu Isle. With the investigation stalled, the incident is on the verge of being forgotten. But We have uncovered a sinister history that could be the key to solving the mystery. Am I going to keep this up for 6 pages? Let's find out. The bizarre illness, Moonlight Syndrome. We first discovered our No, I'm not. We first focused our investigation on Moonlight Syndrome, a condition unique to the Rogetsu Islands. According to the medical expert we contacted, it is a type of amnesia with unusual additional symptoms, such as sleepwalking, and sufferers acting as though possessed by some force. The disaster of Rogetsu Island legends returns. Folklorists familiar with the history of the islands say this sickness has long been feared as a plague, so its reach clearly extends beyond the present-day incident into the island's murky past. Legend also tells of a strange incident in which over half of the inhabitants of Rogetsu Isle vanished. Moonlight Syndrome en masse? What if the Rogetsu disappearances were caused by an endemic outbreak of Moonlight Syndrome? The island is surrounded by a vast ocean. One doesn't like to linger too long on the fate of those wandering outside, blissfully unaware of their surroundings. Tourism efforts cursed the island? Some islanders were opposed to turning the Rogetsu Kagura, a ceremony that was supposed to appease the souls of the dead, into a tourist attraction. Could the real root of this bizarre case be the shallowness of those who tried to turn a sacred ceremony into a commercial spectacle? And the death of the last witness. Our only remaining lead was the last living witness to the incident, a young girl. Sadly, she died in the hospital several days ago. Reports say she used her final breath to cry out for her mother. What did this poor girl see on that fateful day? The answer is known only to the now abandoned Rogetsu Isle. But my main thing is, I'm just going to grab a quick drink, doing my newspaper voice, don't mind me. But the main thing is, like, everywhere Kunihiko Aso goes, he's like, oh yeah, I stumbled across this terrible ritual. And, like, everyone died? Doctors performing operation. Hopefully that counted as everybody in that frame. Spin from Reese. Thank you, Reese. I appreciate a spin. From people who are here in person, or here in spirit, but not the kind of spirit where I have to exercise you. Because I don't like exercising. But, like, yes. Thank you very much for that. We'll bug you in Discord soon. We'll go and play Sky Sharks. Those glasses make everything so much cooler. Don't they? Yes. Yes, they do. You know, I'm trying this. No, it doesn't seem like I can get fatal frames and stuff. I just can't aim my camera. Something spooky's happening. Where is she? Can't see her. Can only listen. Can't listen because I'm talking. But I can do that. I told the doctor I don't like it. It hurts. Tomorrow, more surgery. It's making me bad. Surgery. More surgery. Tomorrow, more surgery. I don't like surgery. Hurts. Hurts the surgery. It hurts. Okay. That's really sad. You mean to tell me this doctor is practicing quackery? Is that what we're doing? Post-mortem. Hizuki Asagi. Circumstances of death. Condition deteriorated seriously after second surgical procedure. Patient was tranquilized but suddenly became deranged during the night. Doctor provided immediate emergency treatment to no effect. Patient died soon after. Cause of death? Unknown. Possible death due to weakness brought on by sudden worsening of Moonlight Syndrome symptoms.
治療のため治療のため
You know my sister is immune to tranquilizers? Like, there have been instances where one of them is, like, I have two sisters. One of them, incredibly, receptive, I think would be the word. You can watch her fall asleep as soon as they administer anesthetics. And the other one, nope, she's just awake. And, like, that is terrifying. That head is also terrifying.
正しいんだろうか
Oh, so that one didn't count. I thought I caught that. What is the Rogetsu Kagura? Once every 10 years, in the month of September, a very important ceremony takes place on Rogetsu Isle, mainland of the Rogetsu Islands. This is the Rogetsu Kagura. The Rogetsu Kagura is a representation of means of direct communication between the living and the dead. Its origins are uncertain, but the people of Rogetsu Isle have carried it down through the ages as a way to honor the deceased. A maiden called the Vessel dances herself into a trance to the accompaniment of music played by 5 girls called organs. The dance continues well into the night. Not only the Vessel and the organs wear masks during the Kagura, all those present as observers wear masks and hold candles while watching the ceremony. As the island's most important festival, the Kagura calls those born on Rogetsu Isle home every 10 years. They are said to make the journey no matter how far away they live. Once accessible to such natives, the Kagura was open to visitors 30 years ago, and is now the central tourist attraction of the island.
灰原は祭りの日にこの島に帰っていたのか。神楽はこの
I feel like
大切な。そういえば、今日も祭りの日か。この島から人が消えてなければ。
I feel like you can't really make a tourist trap out of something that only happens once every 10 years. Right? Like, it has to be like a place or a thing that is there. You know? Like, come and see the biggest ball of twine in Japan, as an example. Because, I mean, sure, you're gonna do great guns, like, I thought that said something with the scalpels. Like, sure, you're gonna do great guns every... Did I knock that over? Maybe. When the thing does come around, everyone's gonna come and want to hang out. But until then, I don't know. I have been observing cases of Moonlight Syndrome at Haibara Infirmary. The moment I first laid eyes on one of the patients, a ghastly thrill traveled up and down my spine. This syndrome is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and in this line of work, I've seen more than my fair share of unusual and disturbing things. Moonlight Syndrome presents symptoms of memory fragmentation, along with deterioration of sense of self, resulting in destruction of the sufferer's personality. In advanced stages, it leads to total amnesia and unresponsiveness, and is ultimately fatal. But apparently most patients choose to end their own lives before the symptoms can progress to those final, awful stages. Watching as these poor bastards have their memories taken away from them, as they break down and are consumed little by little, it's so horrible one trembles at the sight. I wouldn't wish Moonlight Syndrome on my worst enemy. No one should have to feel themselves slip away into the darkness. Seeing it for myself, I have a renewed sense of urgency regarding my work here. Dr. Hayabara is treating Moonlight Syndrome as a special kind of local endemic disease, but he hasn't yet been able to grasp the nature of the condition, or develop a reliable method of treatment or cure. His focus is on medication, combined with surgical procedures and folk medicine as a means to combat this condition. I'll learn more details about the different kinds of treatment tomorrow. I just hope one of them can be developed into a cure, and we can finally wake these people from their nightmare. Is that gonna be the reception key? No, it's the exam room. Okay. I mean, that's still a useful thing to have. Also useful. Is there a doll in here? There totally is! I feel like I've got to stop making that joke, because it's becoming too perfect. You know what I mean? Like, medicine bottles and containers are scattered inside a broken cabinet. Also, a collectible. Get it. You've also stolen your Discord for Skysharking. Hey, don't worry about it. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna make a cup of tea, and then I was gonna join you for Skysharking. But if Ree says I'm not welcome, then I'm just gonna sit in the darkness and cry. So I don't know, Reese. That Empirical Woodland, he always tells the truth. When he tells me I'm muted, and I go, oh. Ah! Hey, what's up? Oh, that's so clever! What the doctors do as part of standard testing, they shine a light in your eyes. Compliment Reese. I appreciate very much that Reese and I have become quick friends from just hanging out in somebody else's chat and subsequently Discord. And it's pretty cool that we get to hang out and play Overwatch and stuff together. And I enjoy doing that very, very much. Give me back some moon power. Now, get out here. Yeah. I wonder what would happen if Doctorman tried that and then I looked away. Like if I just didn't look at him when he did that. That's still not the run button, Andy. You're thinking of Fatal Frame 5. Splendid. I am associated with Hayabama Infirmary, and I want to make the truth known about the recent disappearance of those girls. As I was walking in the infirmary grounds, I heard the sounds of children's voices coming from the well. At first, I thought I was hearing things, but the voices became more and more distinct. They weren't just crying as normal children do when they fall or lose sight of their parents at a crowded place. It was an altogether more hollow, terrible sound. It's them, the girls who vanished, I'm sure of it. I can't keep quiet about this anymore. If you don't act now, it will be too late. Those girls are being consumed even as I write this. I beg you, conduct a search of Hayabara Infirmary as soon as possible. Well, that just makes me want to tip my fedora. I sure know what I'm doing. When did this game come out? Was it 2008? I think it was 2008. That was before the Fedora Event Horizon, wasn't it? I don't remember. This is something Kosaka mentioned in the previous stream when we fought Madoka. These ghosts are calling out to us to help them. The word Tascade is showing up a lot. That's just like the word help, presumably in context, help me. Well, if you're going to look at the ground where I'm coming out, then I'm not going to do it. Do you see that seam in the geometry? Don't look at it. It's not there. See? It's gone. Everything is fine. Also, Reese, thank you for lurking. I appreciate the lurk very much. See? Cool person. Sakurai! Get out of here! That had to be intentional. Hello?
あの手紙はもう読んでいただけたでしょうか。私は聞いたのです。井戸からかすかにあの声が。あの子たちはおそらくこの病院の地下にいます。これ以上は私も。
Honestly, this is fine. Because... Oh! Oh, wait a second. I know what this is. This is get some points with your infinite ammunition. So you can go back to the main game and spend what you've earned. Because Cool Guy Jones over here, he just needs to walk around, and the flashlight recharges, and I can do stuff like that. Whereas with the camera obscura, we need to, at the very least, load up some film and wait for it, and less so with that. Yeah. And now it's going to be a case of when we get back to the mansion / hospital, other hospital, not this one, we will be able to, yes, we will be able to spend these points on stuff over there. That's what I'm thinking. Right. She's gonna be in the medicine cabinet. Too easy? Nah, that would be too easy. In mild cases of Moonlight Syndrome, patients start to lose fragments of their memories and tend to sleepwalk. Is this like the 5th note we found that confirms this? Neither of these symptoms is especially uncommon, and may even occur together. But it is the effect of the phase of the moon on Moonlight Syndrome patients that makes it very different from other such conditions. Patients stabilize when the moon waxes and is full, but tend to seek out the moonlight and wander at night. When the moon wanes, they become frightened and unstable. Hence, the condition we now call Moonlight Syndrome was originally known as moonlust, or night walking, names still used in superstitious contexts. In severe cases, patients lose almost all of their memories and are attracted to windows and rooftops, giving the appearance of being led by the moonlight. Oh, okay. They bathe happily in it, as if having lost selves return to them, albeit for a fleeting, unsustained moment. Patients who lose their memories will start looking toward the moon without fail. Symptoms like this may occur in individual psychiatric cases, but it is difficult to satisfactorily explain their simultaneous emergence in multiple patients. The condition is unique to the Rogetsu Islands, so it may have some connection with the climate or beliefs in these islands. Is she under the bed? Really, game? You're gonna give me a unique room without a doll in it? You're spoiling me. Unless I'm just being a little dumb and I can't find it. Which, you know, it's possible. A nurse placing a wooden card. Oh, that is a key, I think. Because in Fatal Frame 2, that's what most of the keys look like. They are little slots like that. Hey, there she is. Makes sense they wouldn't put one in the previous room if there's one in this room. Now, where am I going to use that key? I mean, I guess if I follow the line, I'll be able to find it. Like, technically, this is still technically a somewhat of a tutorial stage. With Is that a recycled prop from the first game? I think that's a recycled prop from the first game. Is there a doll out here? No. Do you know what? It's hard to tell. I thought this guy down here was like one of the masks from Himono Mansion. days pass, and our efforts to treat Moonlight Syndrome continue. Dr. Hayabara's treatment methods have shown some positive results, but they're starting to lose what basis they had in medical science, and are increasingly muddled with superstition and folklore. He's putting more and more emphasis on his own ideas and the legends of the island. Frankly, I doubt the efficacy of such methods. I've never seen such treatments applied to a neurological condition. In particular, the macabre apparatuses he uses are unlike anything I've ever seen used in any other hospital. What I find more disturbing, though, is the bizarre terminology used in this hospital. These are not standard medical terms. For instance, intermittent stage Moonlight Syndrome patients present symptoms where they fear their own reflection in mirrors or water. In the folklore of Rogetsu Isle, this phenomenon is referred to as budding. The patients may be seeing their own faces reflecting as something entirely different. Whatever the nature of the symptom, I wish they would call it a hallucination or a phobia. Rather than use a proper medical term, this superstitious budding word is used by the infirmary staff on a daily basis. Apparently, patients who see a budded face, visible only to themselves, also bud. Then there's blossoming. I don't know the specifics of this symptom, but I have seen the colour drain from people's faces at the mere mention of the word. From the sound of it, I doubt it has anything to do with botany. They say that those who see the faces of people with severe cases of Moonlight Syndrome resonate with them, and become afflicted with the syndrome themselves. Is this budding? Whatever the name for it, how is it even possible for a neurological condition to be transmitted? Before coming here, I wouldn't even have entertained such a possibility, but Moonlight Syndrome may somehow be contagious. On top of all of this, I've been asked to make preparations for a rite to be held tomorrow. What kind of procedure it is, I don't know. How did it come to this? This whole affair has left me sick at heart. Right, before I answer the telephone, I'm going this way. I want whatever Doctorman was hiding. Give me that. An engraved box, held with some sort of mechanism. Engraved with a waxing moon and a waning moon. Ah, come on, that one was easy. So I'll need to find a second key. Go fight another boss, I reckon. Which might very well come as soon as I answer the telephone. The light for the director's office is lit. Is someone in there? Thanks for reminding me, game. I need to switch away from my camera and back to my ghost hunting lens. So, going back to a question that Kosaka asked towards the start of this stream, how am I liking the game? I'm liking it a lot, because it's doing things that are slightly different with the formula, rather than just, here's a camera fight a ghost. We've had two different models of Camera Obscura, and now we've got this cool flashlight, which admittedly, I am a little bit better prepared for it, because this is something you can find and use in Fatal Frame 5, which is slight spoilers, but not much. Hopefully people will not remember by the time we get to Fatal Frame 5. Here we go. But then you get things like this. Not only do I have to fight a boss with a unique weapon for the series, I have to fight a boss with a unique attack for the series. I can't think of a single other boss that blinds you like that one did. Yes? Oh, it's that. Okay. And I think that's pretty clever. Wait a second, wait a second. I disapprove of you taking this picture, sir. Yeah, well, me too. So I'm gonna go this way. Because I'll bet you there's a doll hidden down here. I want to go find it. And get me some collectibles. Really? No? Although there is the sound of rolling wheels. Alright, let's go back up this way. We'll go find what the doctor has to say. And then depending on how far through we are, we're either going to get to the end of this chapter or find a save point and finish up. Because it's my usual stop time. I don't like having to cut streams short or do shorter streams at the very least, but like sometimes this is what my timetable allows / forces. I come from an esteemed lineage of head ceremonial priests bearing the honored name of Haibara. I am also the medicine man of this island, and as such have come face to face with this condition known in the modern vernacular as Moonlight Syndrome. In establishing an institution to research and treat Moonlight Syndrome, I have exploited the benefits of medical science while still upholding the teachings of my ancestors. I believe it is my mission to research this baffling syndrome using a fusion of modern science and ancient tradition. Once, the people of Rogetsu Isle used their own means, befitting of the time, to delve into the nature of the mind and soul. The masks of the Kagura were one such means. By wearing the mask and hearing the music, the vessel loses herself. The organs' masks allow them to keep their beats steady. The wearing of the masks stimulates various different parts of the human brain. This is a fascinating phenomenon that science alone cannot explain. Masks are truly a powerful method to explore the potential of the brain. They open a door for us to explore new territories. And so came to be the ancient, no, the true form of the Rogetsu Kagura, the Rite of Descent. This rite provides us with a means to dive into the abyss of the mind. However, the Rite of the Descent has been forbidden ever since it brought disaster to Rogetsu Isle. The legends that tell of this disaster are terrifying, but in order to conquer Moonlight Syndrome, we must be brave enough to step over taboo boundaries. The moon eclipses but once every 10 years. We cannot let this chance escape us. Time is a commodity we sadly lack. Hey. Chitose Tachibana. That was the name of Girl in Red Kimono from Fatal Frame 2. Yes, my brain has been ticking over in the background trying to work that out. And it literally just came up with the answer. That's like background idling processes. I love it. Alright, where are you? There you go. I'm also curious as to what this thing is. Like, That seems to be the title screen. Like the moon with the howling wind. The desk is covered in files and old envelopes. Nothing useful. Unless there's an intercom displaying a series of numbers on the desk. Do you mean like in here? Because I know that he's... Like, we found the thing downstairs. Oh, that seems to be the way to go. Okay. And it looks like we've explored everywhere that we can explore. Wait, have we? It said that there was another door on the map. Where's that? Have I just answered my own puzzle? I need to move the bookcase, and the secret thing behind it. Well, thanks, game. You shouldn't have. Alright, so we got the moon. We've got the bookcase. Really? We're not going to comment on the deer head? I feel like that, at the very least, would merit comment. Apparently not. Okay. So... Surely the game's not going to let us go downstairs now. Because we need to find a button or something, and that will open the door. Although... Can I reach that? I sure can. Ahaha. A box contained a piece of paper. It's friggin' P-Cross. Let's go. Serial number. Some kind of riddle written on it. Twice 7 days. Oh no. Oh no. No, it's maths. This is the worst. Okay. Okay. Right. 4, 3, 8, 9, 5, 1, dash, dash, dash. Twice 7 days makes the new moon full. Plus 1 is the key to the square as well. So... Twice 7 days is 14, plus 1 is 15. So, we use the number 15. Can I get it's 15 out of any of that? I see a 1 and a 5, but like backwards. So it's 15 if we go across. It's 15 if we go across the center as well. Oh, do you know what? I'll bet you. I will bet you that what we have to do is to make 15 going down as well. Or across as well. So, before we do that, let's go back to the intercom, because that will give us the numbers that we're working with, right? And from that, I can take a look at what I need to do in order to progress. All right, come on, look at this keypad. Look at it. The intercom panel displays some numbers. Oh, it's just... So... Right, let's work this out. Assuming that I am correct. 4 plus 9 is 13, so that would make you 2. That's 15. You are 8, so you need to be number 7. And you are 9, so you need to be 6. And by process of elimination, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, yo! I love it when I get to solve a puzzle like that. That one doesn't even require eventual solver puzzles. I just did that. Alright. It took me a while to find the note, but I did find the note. Alright, open that door. Let's go. Who would have known except me for checking on my map? Doll. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was a ghost. It's a phrenology statue. Which is honestly just as cursed. Let's be honest. Can't be doing with phrenology statues. Don't like it. Or you! What are you? You little cages from the suffering? Get out of here. They do not belong in medicine. Are there any dolls in this room? You seen any dolls over there, sir? I could I could do with taking pictures of them. I'm sure it will unlock something. That audio cue is the best thing. Grisly-looking instruments are arranged at the head of the bed. Beside them lie syringes, forceps, scalpels, drills, and other surgical instruments. The bed is fitted with an ominous device. What the hell is Director Haibara doing down here? Of all the methods of treating Moonlight Syndrome that we have tried to date, the most promising appears to be surgery. Specifically, this treatment involves stimulation of the brain by direct or indirect means. Progress was very slow and difficult at first, with much experimentation, but results started to appear, and now it seems the day cannot be far when we find a comprehensive treatment method. However, there recently was a case in which surgery was deemed successful at first, but unfortunately ended in tragedy. The patient initially appeared to recover from Moonlight Syndrome, but rapidly deteriorated, with total amnesia and voidness followed by death. The corpse's face appeared warped, and was of course harvested immediately. Was this warping the beginning of blossoming? I'm sorry? Harvesting face? No! I don't like that! Research continues into treatment through surgical procedures. Research into treatment through surgical procedures continues, but blossoming must be prevented at all costs. We must not bring about another disaster, like the one spoke of in our legends. We cannot have another day of tranquility on this island. Oh, yeah, I saw that, didn't I? And then I couldn't get it because I got ghosted. I'm not gonna go and do that. I don't want to play. I'm going back this way. Seriously though, these look like either something from Saw, or they remind me of the what's it? The Slayers from is that a? Oh my god, it is. Hi. Or the Slayers from The Suffering, which I know somewhere Lord County is yelling at me to stop talking about The Suffering, but no, I like that game. It's a good game. Shut up. Right, that's silly. Let's go down and do this silly thing over here. What do you got for me? Is it you? It's not you. This? Okay, this is going to sound something it's gonna sound pretty silly, I think. Where are you, missing item? It's gonna sound kind of silly, I think. I recognize some of the ambience in this room. Like, some of the sounds here is from, like, the back end of Himuro Mansion from the first game. What does a focus lens do? allows you to use a powerful attack on one ghost. No. Going this way. I'm going to go through this spooky door, and I'm going to end everything right now. Final boss time. Actually, this game is incredibly short. I don't know what I was worried about. You just Lubu from Final Fantasy X, that. We're not going to animate it. It happened off screen. Don't think about it. Well, they're not gonna beat me this time because I've got this dapper hat. Well, there you go. I think that's actually a pretty good stopping point for the stream, because I don't want to run too late, but also I'm really happy that I got to complete a chapter. There you go. Chapter 3 completed. And and we're going to come back. We're going to start chapter 4. Who are we going to be? I don't know. Place your bets. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go and raid someone. Yeah. Let's see who 'tis. Is it Ren? Nah, Ren's not streaming right now. Let us go and say hello to Crim. Crimson Albedo is doing a game called One Bit Survivor, which looks spooky, and if this is not made by the Death Road to Canada people, I'll be very surprised. That looks like Death Road to Canada. Let's go right, Crim. No stream for the next couple days because I'm working late. Saturday is the next one. We're gonna keep it going with Murder by Numbers, and then we'll see what we're doing next week when I get my timetable for next week. So, tune in Saturday for more Murder and Numbers, and until next time, goodbye!